Yeah. Right.
Anyway, let's pause real quick and take a call. We've got, is it Phil?
Yes, it is.
How you doing,
Hello,
Phil?
Hi, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Listen, I want to get your opinion on something. There's this group of folks in Rome, from what I understand, and they're voicing a conspiracy on the entire planet. And I don't know if you call it a conspiracy or a religion, but is that a conspiracy or is that a religion? What is that?
I think there's some conspiracy involved.
Okay, so you agree with that?
Yeah. I don't know that it's all intentional. I think a lot of it is well-meaning, but I'm convinced that there is some actual deception, knowing deception going on.
I also think, though, that for the most part, if they've been trying to cover up what they've been doing, they haven't been very good at it.
Well, the thing about it is and I have a couple conspiracies I believe in. Reptilianism is not one of them, but you know the thing about conspiracies, and you said that yourself, the deception and the secrecy involved in these organizations. It's a well-known fact. There's a lot of books in the Vatican that they just don't let folks read. Now, why that is, I don't know. But the same thing I think can be said for there's organizations in the United States. You got the Skull and Bones, you got the Council on Foreign Relations, you got the Bohemian Grove, you've got a number of other groups that are so secretive. It just raises suspicion on what have these guys got to hide. I mean, I'm under the impression that Council on Foreign Relations drives a lot of our foreign policy, and it's not in the light of day. It's not in the halls of Congress. It's not discussed on the floor of the Senate. We just do it. So, I mean, that's my point, is that's why you have this conspiracies, because people are naturally suspicious of folks that have so much to hide. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Sure.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, to me, Skull and Bones a fraternity. I don't see any evidence that they're any more than that. Matter of fact, I think they probably
Masons are a club.
They probably get off on the fact that people think they're more than that. What we need in order to establish any kind of link between any of these organizations and the events that people attribute to them is some evidence and not just suspicion. There are plenty of organizations that I don't know what they do in their private meetings. And you know what? I don't care. I don't think they're taking over the world. And I don't think that, and then perhaps this is more important, even if some of these people are involved at a higher degree than I would normally accept, I don't think they can stop a concerned and caring populace from actually making positive changes if we all get off our ass and actually give a damn.
Well, I mean, ordinarily I would agree with you, but you look at the Skull and Bones, you look at the Bohemian folks, you look at the Council on Foreign Relations, and these are the most highest placed, most powerful people in the United States, and they don't want you to know about their meetings. They don't want you to know about any of it, and so that's what I get concerned about. If it were you and me going to the Bohemian Grove, or if it were my next door neighbor going to Skull and Bones, I'd probably think it's okay. But these are people that have huge amounts of money, power, influence on our government, and I just resent it. I don't like it. It's un-American. How would I go with that?
Okay. I would just wonder, though, you know, how is that a big secret then? I mean, you know, if these people are clearly in the forefront, you know, being elected officials, and it's also known that they're in the Skull and Bones Club, I wouldn't exactly call that a mystery.
Yeah, here's the thing. We know that they're in Skull and Bones and Bohemian Grove and all this other stuff. Why not just claim that those are all covers and that all these rich aristocrats are actually involved in another secret organization that we don't know anything about? We've never heard the name. Right. We don't know when and where they have meetings. And that's the one that's really doing the work, not the Bohemian Grove and the Skull and Bones. Yeah, the thing is like you said at the end, you don't like it, you're bitter about it, it's un-American. No, it's not. It's freedom. It's a club. It's people of similar interests and social status getting together. That's completely American. I got no problem. If they want to get together and put on robes and sacrifice goats and dance naked around an owl, I don't care. What difference does it make to me? And how does that link to them, to their activities to take over the world? I mean, you know, suspicion's one thing, evidence is another.
Also, it's hard to build a coherent theory out of just the starting point, we don't know what's going on. Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, and I can link this back to what you were saying earlier about abiogenesis. When a theist asks, you know, where did life come from? And we go, well, you know, it evolved through evolution. And they say, well, okay, what happened before that? The answer is something something apparently happened that was abiogenesis. We don't know what it is. We have a lot of different theories. None of them has really come to the front as the definite explanation. None of them may even be right. We may not have discovered what the theory of abiogenesis is that would be accurate. But the point is that saying, well, gee, you're right, I don't know what the answer to abiogenesis is, doesn't mean that the questioner's preferred explanation, which would be God did it, is the right one.
Yeah.
And an absence of certainty, it could be absolutely right that, say, there was a theory of abiogenesis in the past that was popular, and then it got discredited and turned out it was wrong. But that doesn't mean that your dumb idea about a magic man in the sky is now the right one. Because if you have a theory, you have to support that theory with positive evidence and not just say, oh, I don't believe the official or scientific version.
Right.